I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight. It's our first meeting of 2026, the first time in 30 years that Barry Warren isn't here, so it's something new. We said goodbye to Barry last month, so Brandon is here to take his place, and we'll be where it begins. So with that, we're going to start with the local hearing, public hearing. So is there anyone who wants to speak on the public hearing? And what that is, I can read it, the legal notice of the public hearing, Town of Homer. Please take notice that a public hearing will be held at the town board in the Town of Homer, County of Cortland, State of New York, on January 14, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. at the Town of Homer Town Hall, 31 North Main Street, Homer, New York, 13077, to consider the adoption of proposed local law number 1 of 2026. A local law regulating winter parking in the town hall parking lot. Said proposed local law provides for restrictions on overnight parking in the town of Homer town hall parking lot between the hours of 12 a.m. and 7 a.m. annually from November 1st through April 1st. To facilitate snow and ice removal, maintaining emergency access, and promote public safety. At such public hearing, all persons interested will be heard. The proposed local law is on file in the office of the town clerk in the town of Homer, or may be inspected during regular business hours. By order of the town board, Town of Homer, Brooke Poley, town clerk. So would anybody like to address that? All right, public meeting closed. All right, first we're gonna do the minutes. I need approval of the minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from the December meeting.
Need a second?
Second that.
Any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. General bills. So we're gonna do the general bills of 2025. Who has that one? That would be abstract 13.
That's gonna be me.
Okay. You got a big one there, Kevin.
It is. Okay, I make a motion that, we authorize and pay, vouchers 408 to 465, totaling the amount of $192,967.03.
Need a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
Only discussion there was a few pink ones, which was the, constructions.
Comes out of the
There's
capital.
about 100 and change on that anyways, so that's a big chunk of it.
171,000. Any other discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Highway bills, so 2025 abstract 13.
That's me. Alright, we got from voucher number 13 to vouchers 195 to 213 totaling $16,854.73, and the majority of it was gas and small repairs.
Need a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? All right, general bills for 2026, that would be abstract 1.
It's me, I guess.
Okay,
So, yeah.
giddy up.
Yeah, right. All right, so I'm gonna butcher this, I'm sure, so you correct me. I make a motion to authorize and pay vouchers 1 through 12 for the total of $6,925.58.
Yes. Need a second?
A second.
Any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, so highway bills, of 2026, only one, voucher, abstract.
That is me, and I make a motion to authorize vouchers 1 through 10 totaling $26,181.79.
Need a second?
Second.
Sarah, any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, we're gonna set monthly reports, so we need someone to accept receipts so we can receive and file the monthly.
I'll make a motion to receive and file Chief's Clerk Code, Dog, Highway, and Supervisor monthly reports for the month of December 2025.
Second.
Any discussion? Those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. We have a municipal report that we get every year for the dog shelter, Lindsay, and you can see it there, so we need to receive and file that. Looks to me that you did very well, they're all passing grades. So she's doing excellent.
I'll make a motion that we receive and file the, New York State Municipal Dog Shelter Report.
Second?
Second.
All
There's
those in-
actually two.
What's that?
I think there's two.
Yeah.
Two
There's an
reports?
inspection
you know.
part, yeah.
There's
Okay.
two reports.
Sorry.
Receive and file both of the inspection
Okay.
reports.
Thank you for that.
Sure.
Second still stand? Those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. All right, on to the privilege of the floor.
Yep, my name is Michael Broughton, if you don't know me, and I'd like to take a moment to tell you about a new community resource. I've launched a website and a Facebook page called OpenGov Homer, and it'll be used as a place to share town board agendas, meeting recordings, which I take, minutes, links to any relevant documents, and some commentary all in one place. The goal of OpenGov Homer is to improve transparency and make it easier for residents to see what the board's doing, how decisions are made, and when those decisions are coming up. This is an independent, unaffiliated, volunteer-run effort, and I hope it can serve as a helpful tool to the residents.
Where is that on?
OpenGov Homer. It's a
So you just go to the website and
a
open
website
up?
and a Facebook page, yep.
Okay. Who's administrating that?
I am right
You
now.
are. Okay, thank you. Kevin, Mr. Fitz?
I'm gonna pass it to my counterpart right here.
Okay,
For right now, and I'll go after, cause I know he's got a lot.
okay, Reed?
I don't want to take up your whole night, but good evening, happy New Year. It's good to see all of you, Brandon. Congratulations. I hope to work closely with you over the coming year. New year means new legislature, at least in terms of our reorganization meeting. That was the first meeting that we had this year, so have some members changing committees and changing leaderships in that regard. So for the next 2 years, the next legislative term, I'm very happy to be serving on the Ag and Planning and Environment Committee once again, as well as the Finance and Administration Committee. So I'm very excited to be stepping onto that committee and getting to work. We've already had several pretty in-depth discussions. Finance Committee the other day met and had a at-length discussion about short-term rental licensing in Cortland County, establishing licensing for short-term rentals, whether it's whatever amount of rooms that short-term rental might have, and establishing licensing requirements for those entities. I do want to bring to your attention, if you have not already seen from the news, local news, 2 upcoming community meetings that may be of interest to all of you as town board members. On January 20th, 4 p.m., there will be a summit on Micron. That is a community meeting. It's open to anybody. It'll be at the Central New York Living History Museum, and there will be some Q&A. There will be a presentation on what to expect from the forthcoming arrival of Micron close to our community and what our community needs to prepare for that in advance. The second meeting I want to bring to your attention is, if you, again, have not already seen, January 22nd, 8 a.m., bit of an early start time, but it's an important topic. occupancy tax community meeting. Perhaps you've already received notification of that and hope to see you there. Hope that you consider attending. The intention of that meeting is to engage community perspectives as to the uses of economic development for county occupancy tax law. So very important to a lot of our tourism generating agencies that we have here in Cortland County. And so I think would be relevant to all of you as town board members to consider being there. And I look forward to that as well. And that is it from me. Thank you.
Okay.
And Legislator Cleland is also been appointed to, so everyone knows TC3, right? Do you all know that we own it? We own a third of it, the county. Yeah, we own a third. TC3 is also owned by Tompkins County. They're a 2/3 partner in there. So each county has a liaison through to the county government. So Reed is going to be ours for these next two years. So I think that's a good thing too. Just for me, I only got two things I really want to touch base on. The first one's the easiest one. And where it is in April, roughly around April, I have talked to pretty much every county surrounding us. And we are going to be meeting here in Portland, all the county leaders for that. And we're going to pretty much talk a little bit about, or pretty much the whole day, I should say, about how we can work together, sharing services. One of the bigger ones is how we can regionalize. So we have found in other parts of New York State that regionalizing gives us some power, purchasing power. I know that a lot of people, highways, used to piggyback with Onondaga County in purchasing vehicles, trucks, all that. We want to stay away from Onondaga County. So what we've got, now that we have Mike Ponicello, who used to be the deputy county exec for Broome County, and all of his people he knows down there, we feel that what we can do is that we can regionalize so that all municipalities in the county and the county itself can have some better buying power when it comes to our highway vehicles, equipment. And even branching it out farther, because we're, Portland County is going to centralize purchasing. Right now, it's pretty much siloed between departments. You know, every one department has their own purchasing people. I found that one department purchases paper at a different rate than a different department in the same building. So these are things that we're looking at. Once we get that done, then we're going to branch that out to the municipalities to be able to do the same thing. Use our purchasing power and then just have it delivered here to every municipality. So that's that. So kind of excited about that. The other one is just a quick synopsis. So broadband. So CNY, Central New York Regional Planning Development Board, they came to us last year and they had a plan to do broadband, a broadband project. And it was for us and for Cuba County. Doing this whole process through in the stagnant, I'm just going to paraphrase because I need to get to the one point. Our Empire State Development is the one that had this money. It was $26.1 million. That was federal funds. That was part of that ARPA that we did. So they were approved by ESD to do this project, right? Conceptually, right? So it was earmarked, that $26 million, for this one project. Well, the project had to be done by December of this year. And a lot of stuff was going back and forth. The counties were caught in the middle of this. Next thing we received a letter from Connect All and ESD saying that they pulled the funding. And they pulled the funding because of the lack of movement from Central New York planning. So now we're like, oh, this is great, you know. Well, we decided, you know, is it dead or is it not dead? And so we had multiple meetings, November, December, with the state, with the governor's office, and they said, no, it's not dead. You can do it, but we need you to do it independently. We're not going to do with both counties to get this project taken care of. So we did some planning and all that, and what I'm going out right now is that that money from the state went out to a request for application. That went out yesterday. And for some reason it grew. It grew to 30 million. So it's up there for other projects, but this money, this 30 million, still has to be spent by December 2026, or it goes back to the federal treasury. And we are now put out an RFP. The county did yesterday to get a company to do this project. So that is out there. Once that is done, then we're going to put in the application for it. We're pretty robust on what we're looking for or looking to do. And the scope of this, we feel that we can do. So it's 193 miles of infrastructure for broadband. And part of the caveat is we have to hit the underserved in Portland County. And we feel that we can do that. We talked with, do you know Tracy DeGenova? So she's one of the representatives for the governor's office. And we got it here on the thing. The governor says, we are not going to give that money back to the federal government, but we're going to use it. And that is what Portland County is doing. So we are branching. We're going to go from Binghamton to do the connection coming up into Cortland and branching as far up into Syracuse to get the redundancy on this fiber. We have talked to some companies just to give us some technical to even see if it was able to be done. It can be done. And we're really excited about it because really it's coming through Homer. It's going off through Skaneateles Lake, branching out towards Truxton. I mean, it's like a big gamut. The first one that we had was kind of like a hub, right? That's all it was. It was like this dark fiber hub. It was gonna like go right up there, and then it's gonna stop.
Bless you.
And then they were hoping that all these other carriers would lock into it and use this hub. And what we found was talking to these other carriers, they have their own stuff. They're not going to do this. So it was kind of like a dead thing. What it does mean is that the county is going to be the owners for this for 10 years, and then we will move it over to whoever we contract with to have them be the owners of it. So, why am I telling you other than information? Is because what we need from you, from the municipalities, we're going to the school districts, is we need letters of support for this so that we can put this in there. So we did talk to the governor 2 days ago, and her governor, or her focus is it was promised to Cortland. We're going to continue it to go to Portland. So we're pretty confident that we're gonna get the award for this, because they felt that ESD, you know, the state did not communicate with us either, and that it was failing. And so it's kind of like a little black eye on them as well, for having this fail. So now we're back up there, and we're gonna, Trish, Ernstra, our planning director, was one of the key people in helping us getting this forward as well. So
Kevin, when do you need the letter of support?
we're gonna need it by the end of this month.
End of this month?
Yeah.
Because Savannah sent me a letter, I got it mid-morning, and I didn't have time
No,
to put it on the agenda and assimilate it to the board members.
Yeah, what we have found is we wanted to help. It doesn't have to be that letter. What we just didn't want, we did not want the funky form letter that we get.
Well, I'll share that with the board. I'll get that letter emailed to the whole board so we can look at it. Normally, we like to talk about it at a board meeting and endorse it, but we don't have that kind of time.
Yeah, not a problem. And then I found out today, I don't know much about it. The federal government, we get a SAMHSA grant for mental health. And that was 2.8 million. And we just got a letter today that yesterday it was non-funded. They pulled all that, the federal funding away from us. So now we've been scrambling today, trying to figure out what was the impact for that. So we're working with mental health. We do have some obligated contracts that we may have to sever, just to protect the county for continual billing issues for that. But
So are you all right with the letter of support from our next board meeting? Or do you need it before that?
for, when's your next board meeting?
Would that be second week, the second Wednesday of February?
February?
If that's too late, we'll figure out
That
something
might
else.
be, that might be too late.
Okay, all right.
For it, because
We'll get the letter out and we'll communicate with the board that way and then see
Yeah,
what we come
because
up with.
the RFP will be awarded by the end of January.
Okay.
Do you have the letter?
I'd have to go print it off, Kevin.
Why don't we just add it under new business? Do it tonight,
I'll have to go print it off. I'll take a break here in a minute.
if you want to. I can get it done tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, because this, this broadband is
Did you guys get that letter?
really necessary that we have, that we have this. It is part of our strategic plan that we had placed and had that whole thing done. So, I mean, this is one of the things that the legislature is committed to and getting taken care of.
All right, so I'll go print that letter off in a minute. I want to get Martin on.
Can I, just one question, is
What's-
this main trunks, or is this service drops to individual houses as well?
Service drops as well.
Anything that's coming through gets,
Yeah, that's why it was, this plan, we should have had this plan way before. That we're gonna be hitting, I think it's almost 4,000. Kind of the underserved like that. And coming through, competition is good. So we were hoping to also see, some of the competitors drop as well for it. So we, having it come in here, we do have the ability to, with the contracts that we're dealing with, we do have the ability to say that municipal, we went very low cost to them, versus the fire departments as well.
Any other questions for Kevin? Thank you. Anybody else on the privilege of the floor? Okay, moving on. Martin.
All right, he's called my name, that means don't panic, I'm not giving a long-winded speech tonight, okay? Relax. To the contrary, my latest book has come out, and it's a companion to a previous one called The Heart of Central New York, that had all, not all, but most of the articles I had in the Homer News.
Martin, I'm not snubbing you, but I'm gonna go print that letter.
You've already got your copy, okay? So this one's called More Stories in the Heart of Central New York. God willing, there'll be another one in 4 years, it's probably titled, Yet More Stories in the Heart of Central New York. I'm never running out of enough material here. So to thank you for your service to your constituents and for your support of my efforts. Everyone gets a autographed copy. Give it away next Christmas to a friend, okay?
Maybe I'll read it.
Go for it, okay?
Thank you.
Former student, look, everybody, next time I show up, there'll be a 10-question quiz. Something other than legalese to read, sir? Oh, come on, I thought you liked legal stuff. You've got a copy.
Yes, I
You've got a copy.
Thank you.
They now have copies.
Thank you very much.
No one
Thank you
should
very
be
much.
serving the constituents of this town who don't know the history of this town.
That's right.
Now I have to run to another meeting.
Thank you, Mark.
Mark.
Thank you.
Cool. Gave us a couple books when we first started, they're good.
I'm gonna go see if Mike needs help.
I had to turn the computer back on.
That's crazy. It's getting real bad. It is.
We talked about AI.
I know, I just signed over. I just said, man, that's crazy. You guys say, you guys talk about that, about what's all, you got AI?
I use it, but it's wrong quite a bit.
Yes.
No, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's always right. It's all right.
It's wrong.
Dan, I had a hodgepodge of 30 years worth of POUs for a scale in the meeting room, and I uploaded it all, and I said, please organize this so that it can actually do it.
Mhm.
And it got about 3/4 of it right.
Yeah.
It really kind of.
Oh, yeah, it's
separated
definitely-
it, combined duplicates and everything.
The crazy part is that it's getting better, like, it might be 3/4 good now, like, give it another year, it's gonna be, it's just crazy how fast it's developing.
Busy December. That's gotta be.
I had to design some shelves in my living room for Jeremy to build.
Oh, my wife uses that.
He says, "How did you do that?" And I go, "That's none of your business." He goes, "That's pretty good, right?" I go, "Not bad."
Oh, that's crazy. Should figure out how to milk a cow.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
So who will have the service, or is it just a line and any of the internet providers can join on? How does that work?
I have to ask Mr. Fitz.
Yeah, sorry, I guess I do have a
Sorry.
question. So, once this broadband infrastructure comes in, who becomes the service provider? Or can anybody use it?
Anyone can link into it, you know, any other provider, they just have to pay the fee.
So what about when you keep saying it's servicing the underserved? Like, what's their cost going to be, or how's it? I'm still trying to picture this. Is this gonna be like another Spectrum, another point, whatever it is, there's
That we
a Verizon?
We really wouldn't know until the award for the RFP.
Okay,
That's what we're trying to find.
okay, alright,
Is, you know, who is the one that can be the engineer of it, laying the fiber.
so ultimately, one of these companies will be awarded the project and then they'll put it in.
Yeah, and like I said, the county is required, because of the funding, we're required to own it for up to 10 years. So we can't,
Dump this back.
there has to be maintenance to it, right? We don't have that expertise for maintenance. We don't have the vehicles to go out there. So what we would end up doing is putting it out to, you know, a fiber company to manage it or lease it from the county. It's just that then the leasing agreement would be what are you gonna charge our people? What are they gonna, what's it gonna cost? So that's what it is.
What happens if nobody wants it, if like the customer base or
Or if it's $199 a month.
they're gonna be going in underserved areas? Is the
If they
money,
don't want it, they don't take it. I mean,
right, but you have to have somebody manage it or take it over. If you have a private company that doesn't want it,
If the private company doesn't want it,
you put it out for bid. If you get the funding still, nobody's gonna take that.
yeah, we wouldn't do the project if there wasn't a company that would do it. Connect All, who's through ESD, they wouldn't approve it if we did not have a plan. We have a plan, we can't get a lot out to the public until we get the RFP.
Somebody's gonna want that.
Someone's gonna
Yeah.
want it, yeah. I mean, there are companies, already, that are Madison County, for instance. They just went through it and just did a whole vamp through there, and they got connections, they're actually making money on it. So,
Okay, so as we're talking about it, let's finish this part of it. So you got the letter in front of you. So it's just a rough draft. So if the board is all right, Dan will do us a draft. Dan and I will work on getting the draft resolution. We'll email it to everybody so you can read it. And then if you're good with that, we'll sign it and get it to the county. Is that agreeable?
Yep.
Because if we don't have enough time, I don't wanna try to write it tonight. But
Yeah.
if you're agreeable with this concept, Dan, you put something together for us. to look at, okay?
Yep.
Everybody agreeable with that?
Yep.
Format? Okay.
Sounds good.
So that's the way we'll proceed with it. We'll email it to you, it's probably next week, I would guess, and then we'll get it to you, Kevin.
yeah, no problem.
All right.
I think even this is not, it doesn't, the support letter does not obligate the town. How's that?
No, I think it's a great idea, we need to do this, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and the one reason why we're hitting the school districts as well is because the school districts, they branch out into other counties as well. So we are working with the other counties to give their support to this project as well.
All right, well, thank you. Kevin?
I'd like to thank Martin Sweeney for providing a book to the board on historic Homer's heritage and one to the town, so I would like to make a motion to receive and file this into the town minutes.
Okay, we need a second on that?
I'll second that.
Any other discussion? Those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. We're really blessed to have Martin, I mean, he writes quite a few books and they're very,
Yeah.
very well written. I've been reading his book, and when I'm reading the book, it's just like you're talking to him, because he writes the same way he talks. So I think it's good. All right, we're gonna move on. Kyle, I know you probably gotta get up early, but you're gonna bear with us just a couple more minutes. I can do the organizational part first, and then we'll get to you, okay? So 2026 organizational part of the meeting, I'm gonna read over the appointments. So Deputy Supervisor Caleb Leach. Our town board meeting dates, they're on the other papers, the second Wednesday of the month. That's worked out extremely well since we've done that. Our official newspaper will be the Cortland Standard. Our official depositor of town funds will be the First National Bank of Raleigh. Our attorney for the town is Dan J. Ellis II. Our budget officer is Michael R. Parr. The town bookkeeper is Frederick Forbes. Our deputy highway superintendent is John F. Lansdowne. Our town clerk, tax collector is Brooke L. Poley. Register of Vital Statistics is Brooke L. Poley. Deputy town clerk and tax collector is Lindsay G. Van Huber. Deputy Register of Vital Statistics is Lindsay G. Van Huber. Am I saying that right? Dog control officer is Lindsay M. Anderson. Code enforcement is Kevin McMahon. Deputy code enforcement is Adam Brown. When he's paid in June and December as a deputy, he gets 2 checks. Fire inspector is Kevin McMahon. Deputy fire inspector is Adam Brown. On our planning board, I just had a appoint for another 5-year terms, Michael May and Chad Butts. They both agreed. Nobody's appointed unless I talk to them, they all agreed. So they were appointed for a 5-year term. Our ZBA board, Chris Muller for a 5-year term, 2026 to 2030. Our planning board chairman rate is $50 per meeting. Our planning and zoning board member rates are $30 per meeting. Our planning and ZBA alternate, Lindsay Anderson, which she would be paid $30 also. Planning and ZBA secretary rate, which is $40 per individual meeting, paid monthly, and that's normally Lindsay Anderson does that. Mileage allowance for the town officials per federal government allowance. Approval to invest funds, Michael Park. Hourly rate for highway employees per adopted budget. Our bid price for abrasives and saw, New York State bid price. Board of Assessment review rate, $125 a day. Appointment of delegates to the Association of Towns and Meetings. We have no one that ever has volunteered to do that. Would somebody like to do that? And we will entertain that. The town historian is Martin Sweeney. All salary and hourly employees stated in budget paid bi-weekly. Town board members' salaries are paid monthly. Planning and ZBA board compensation is paid yearly in December. Comp Alliance, I've asked Kevin Williams to continue representing us there. Our court audit is going to be Kevin Williams and Caleb Leach. Resolutions to prepay as needed is our utility bills, the comptroller, health insurance, our workers' compensation, HSA bills, credit card bills, and postage. So I need a motion to accept and file.
I'll make a motion to accept and file the 2026 organizational meeting for the town of Homer.
Second,
I'll second that.
any discussion? Those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Kyle?
Yeah, thank you. It's a pretty snowy December, but I think we plowed every day but 2 days or 3 maybe, but everybody's showing up on time, working hard, doing a good job, got lots of overtime in. We got a new material we're putting down, or different rates we're putting down now than we did last year. I think it's working out good. We've got over a month. Even if the roads are covered, there's aggregate underneath the road to help out with that. Caleb knows that sand works better than salt, certain, yeah. So that's really working out good. We got some positive feedback. We get there at 4 o'clock, plow if we have to that morning, then we're usually packed up by 9 o'clock. We're running one shift. It's cost effective. And, but yeah, working on equipment when we're not plowing. Just plowing alone, we've got probably 40 hours of overtime just doing the plowing. Then we get back, work on equipment, adjust it, making sure everything's safe, up to DOT standard. Work on the facility. We get some swings in temperature. When you have cold roads and it rains on the cold road, instantly turns to ice. So you have to make sure, and I've made sure, I've got a plow route as well. I'm there every day with the guys, and we've made sure they know how to do their routes when it gets icy. You can't drive down the road, you have to back down the road with the trucks. The big trucks don't get around on ice, so we've all sat down it's a lot safe. Everybody's as safe as we can be. They know what they're doing. Cleaning and working around the facility. We do that on a daily. Cleaning equipment. Tree work. We inspect the roads every day. Trucks, facility. I can go on for a long time, but to recap, I've been here just over a year, and we've rebuilt the whole department. Every piece of equipment has been worked on, rebuilt, just to meet DOT safety
regulations. The facility has been rebuilt to meet, I mean, at the minimum, it's met PASH requirements. Not only that, but it's safer to work in, cleaner. We've cleaned it, gutted, cleaned it, and now we're just maintaining it. We're above water, so, I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys, so.
I can tell you guys it's impressive if you get time to stop anytime
Yeah.
to see when they get back with the trucks, how they clean them, take care of them. And you go in our shop and the trucks are lined up, they're clean, they're ready to go in the morning. It's impressive. It's really,
We got backup
appreciate how they're
equipment.
taking care of our equipment.
But
It's a huge investment.
having a supervisor, and board members, and the girls and the guys over there, working together, that's huge.
Is it okay if I step up the rain instead of snow?
Yes, yes.
No, it's mud. Can we just meet in the middle somewhere? Just stay one thing.
If it stays snowy, right, the roads take a beat. The other thing that doesn't get discussed is, we don't get to control the weather, so hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, the roads are heap hot, they're blowing apart. So, but we're always thinking, I meet with Mike every day, we talk every day, what we gotta do we're thinking about the next thing every day. So, we got a lot to do moving forward, but now that we're able to do that efficiently and safely, we get a lot more done. So, thank you.
Doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you, yeah.
There's other towns that are jealous of what our
Please,
highway department is
Please,
accomplishing, yes.
please tell me if I'm not doing something right too, because I'll be the first one to. And then that tree, did you want me to?
Yep, let's go right into the tree removal. So
There's
we
a
got
tree at the highway department, it's up against the building. There's, we put our emergency generator in between the tree and the building. So the tree so somebody cut the roots to put the generator in. We put a new roof on the building. We don't want the branches hitting the roof. It's tied up in our comm lines and our coax lines now, and it's right up against three-phase power on the roadside. It's a big codominant tree. We've seen those fail throughout the years. It's time to cut it. We've got a price off the village. We've piggybacked off the village bid. It's a guy right here in town who's got the proper insurance and equipment.
It's Dayfo Tree Company.
Done.
Yeah, we know Steve Dayfo. And Kyle has reached out in the past to 3 or 4 others, and nobody ever wanted to give us a
We
bid.
had one guy come back, it was $4,300.
So this is for 2,000 to remove that tree. The other thing, that tree is rubbing on our roof. It is into our 3-phase lines, and it makes a lot of mildew on our building. So
We did cut it back
Yeah.
for just to get it off the roof and stuff, but we can't, it's time.
it's time that tree comes down, and the other plan that we have is once that tree is down, I wanna see that end of the building painted, and I want our town logo put on that. So people know where our garage is, and just for appearances and our image of the town of Homer, that we're taking care of stuff and moving forward.
I check on the facility every day, make sure the heaters are set at a certain, when we leave at night, we turn it down, make sure it's locked up, inspected, everything, But,
So Brandon, you wanna make that motion?
Sure. Make a motion to approve this, removal of the pine tree near the town barn,
For 2,000.
for $2,000.
Give me a second.
I'll second it.
Any discussion on that?
When can they do it?
Steve, we didn't get that far yet.
Okay.
It's not anything that is pressing, but it needs to.
We need to get it done, yeah.
Before we have a good storm or something.
Yeah.
So those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carried, okay. So,
But
Kyle, go ahead and act as, but he's got to get us, before we can do that, I gotta have his workers' comp and his liability.
yeah, we
We talked about
confirm that tomorrow.
Okay.
But yeah, stop down, check out the facility, we just had some the other thing is we had some, today we had, our electrical work done. So, couple things, make it safer, the lights go off, the outlets go off. There's stuff plugged in, if we forget, and then we did our grates today. The grates were caved in, like, got us, like I said, every day we're talking, working toward the next thing that needs to be done. That's safety, gotta have that stuff, so. But I've got some more stuff to do over there tonight before we got weather coming in, so.
So go ahead and leave us,
Thank
Kyle.
you,
Thank you,
guys.
Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yep, have a good night.
So what he was talking about with the batteries, the battery powered tools, and as you know, there's been a lot of fires started from battery tools. So the batteries will be charging once they're working, but when they leave at night, when they hit the switch, he had it wired into the main switch, so they will be turned off, so we don't have to worry about them. I mean, the building's all steel lined and stuff, but you still didn't wanna take a chance, and so Tim Smith just completed that for the town, and he needed another light and stuff, so that just been completed. Okay, so we got the parking lot law resolution that we've been talking about. You all have a copy in your packets. I think with the new structure that we have in our parking lot has been working out well. People are parking. We got a lot of construction going on, a lot of vehicles out here and stuff. And again, just to enact, going over this law, everybody's got it in front of you, you can read it, I don't really wanna read it out loud if I don't have to, but you've all got it. And we've talked about it and moved it forward. It's not really to ticket anybody, but if somebody is persistent in parking out there, it gives the, police department a little bit of authority to say, hey, come on, you know, give them a ticket, and sometimes that wakes them up. I've talked to Chief Pittman and stuff. Most people will probably cooperate, and he's said he's not looking to ticket the people unless they really get belligerent or they just keep doing it. Snow plowing is huge around here. Trying to keep this lot plowed with all the snow this year. Not having our neighbors park out here has really made a huge difference. I mean, after they park and drop their kids off, and that's fine. That hasn't hurt anything, but we just trying to keep it open so they can plow, and that's the only reason. Put a little teeth, we got the signs up already. So if we just put the teeth to it, so if somebody is really belligerent, he can issue them a ticket. And that's all. It's not really looking to penalize anybody, because when the snow season's over, people need to park there, that's fine. We don't wanna hinder our neighbors next door for overflow parking. It's just that 7 o'clock in the morning, 5 to 7 when they're plowing here, they just need it so they can plow it efficiently. That's the whole idea of this. So I need a motion and then a second.
Mike, I've got a proposed resolution,
All right.
just to formalize it, I can read it real quick.
Okay,
So the resolution for consideration is, whereas the town board has considered the adoption of local law number 1 of 2026, entitled Local Law Regulating Winter Parking in the Town Hall Parking Lot, which is a type 2 action under seeker. And whereas said proposed local law provides for restrictions on overnight parking in the town of Homer Town Hall parking lot between the hours of 12 a.m. and 7 a.m. annually from November 1st through April 1st. To facilitate snow, ice removal, maintain emergency access, and promote public safety. And whereas the town board has determined that such regulation is necessary and in the best interest of the residents of the town of Homer and the efficient operation of municipal services. And whereas all required procedures for the adoption of said local law have been duly followed in accordance with the municipal home rule law, including any required public hearing and notice thereof. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Homer hereby adopts local law number 1 of 2026 in the form presented to the town board. And be it further resolved that the town clerk is hereby authorized and directed to file a certified copy of said local law with the New York State Secretary of State in accordance with applicable law. This resolution shall take effect immediately upon adoption.
so that's the motion, so somebody could,
I'll say,
you'll make the motion.
Make the motion to
Okay.
approve the parking lot law resolution. As read by the town attorney. As read by the town attorney. Second.
Okay. Any other discussion on that? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, thank you guys. So you see annexation Wolf Road. As you remember, we annexed 3 properties during the summer. And lo and behold, it got overlooked. There's a property that's in between the town line and these 3 properties. The law says these 3 properties, one of those have to touch the town line or we can't do it. So the village still didn't own it, but there's a property that wasn't annexed.
Correct.
So I'm gonna turn it over to Dan now.
Yep, and shortly after the holiday, I spoke with the property owners, explained to them the situation, and they just wanted some clarification on their taxes, how that would work. I got with the assessor, got a pretty good rundown of what their taxes would be. Talked to the property owners again, they're on board with the annexation, so really all we need to do tonight is schedule a public hearing for February. And in the meantime, I will prepare the petition for the property owners to sign, and then we can move forward with that annexation.
And once again, to refresh your memory, it's a benefit to them because they're paying village taxes.
Right.
And up there, they're not getting any village services, so they're paying more taxes than they really need to.
Yeah.
The village is on board with that. They were on board with the other ones. I did talk to Mayor Pat there to make sure this was still good with them, and they're fine with it. So they'll do whatever they have to do on their part. I think they have to do the same process. They can piggyback our process.
Yeah, well,
That's what we did the last time.
what we'll do is we'll actually call this a joint public hearing. I imagine the village representatives probably won't come, but they're not required to.
That's what we did the last
Yeah.
time, so. So I guess we need a motion to go to a public hearing, so we need a motion in a second.
I'll make that motion, go to public hearing on the annexation for local.
Okay, second.
One second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Clerk, Brooke, you're up.
Okay. So the first thing I did pass around a card. We found out Donna would like to retire, so that's our first thing we'd like to bring to the table. So we appreciate her work. She's just has a lot on her plate, I think, between her husband, her health. So we're sad to see her go, but we understand also. So we just found that out today, so we figured we'd let you know tonight. Lindsay and I, we didn't want to bring this until we found out we passed, but we're both notaries now, so.
Yay. Awesome, good job.
So we still have to find out, like we have to order our stamps and all that stuff.
Do you know how
but
much more I'm going to be in your
I can tell you a little backstory on this.
I said, I'm not gonna tell anybody until we know we passed.
They've been sweating this out. Lindsay gets notified, but she didn't get a grade, so she had a call. Took her about 5 hours to figure out that she passed.
She got her notification and it didn't have anything, like,
For pass
it
or
either
fail.
get pass or
Almost
fail,
empty.
so.
They made Brooke wait an extra 2 weeks. They must
Yeah,
have
I was
really
like,
been
no
screwing
mail
around.
still, I still haven't gotten anything,
Oh my gosh.
so.
Congratulations.
So it's great. So we'll have a notary in our office too.
Yeah,
That's
two of us,
awesome.
so we're excited to finally get that behind us.
Because a lot of people come in to get stuff notarized. So that's great.
And Donna was our notary, so she's not gonna be here anymore.
Does the
so.
village have one?
They do.
Yeah.
Yes, Mary Ellen's a notary.
But we
so
have 2 of
yay.
them now.
Yeah, that's
It'll take us
awesome.
a while, we still have to get our stamps, we still have to finalize everything, but that'll be nice to finish all that up.
Very cool.
Tax season, we're still, full swing taxes. Everybody's coming in, we're crazy busy and stacks of mail and we always are excited when it's here and always glad when it's over. But Lindsay continues to impress me. She's a very quick learner. She's a great teammate. I'm very thankful that she's on board. We have some fun and laughs, or else we're going to be crying some days. So, and then Karen Snyder, she's still helping us, and we'll probably still have her come in and help us with our retention schedule and keep her coming in because that's what Donna was working on. So, she's not an employee. We just hire her for some services when she can. She gets some time. She comes in and helps us. So other than that, we're pretty much taxing it.
I've got to say, I never see somebody so excited about getting taxes. all of December. She was so excited about getting her taxes.
I wasn't
Why
excited,
are you so
I
excited?
want it organized.
Nobody else is excited
I
about it,
was
but
not
she was.
excited to get my taxes.
They do a great job.
I
We
want it
work-
organized,
yeah.
put in the, I wanna be ready. So.
And if you stop down during the day, this place is person after person. The mail's about that high with envelopes coming in, so they're doing a great job. So it's going good. Anything you want to say, Lindsay? Okay. So there is a card here to sign for Donna,
Yes,
and Donna worked all last year. She did. She
did a great job.
did all the dogs, and I didn't realize there was that many dogs in Homer. Took her like 3 months to get through all the dog stuff. It's amazing.
Just to catch
But-
up and throw out.
She called me today and we talked, and she came back and she hurt her arm, and so we talked, and she said, I really want to retire. I said, well, that's fine, Donna. You're 73 years old. Enjoy yourself. Take care of your husband. So that's what she decided to do. But we're gonna miss her. She's been a great help to the
Yeah.
ladies. We want to, if you hadn't signed a card, anybody that wants to sign it, we just encourage her. All right, so we'll move on. Personnel policy. I know we seem to talk about this every month, but like I told you before, it's a living document. And we gotta keep it up to date, and every time I find something that's not right or an issue comes up, we deal with it. So you've got 2 pages. On page 4, you'll see mine's in the orange. I just put in there, so this is for when we do the $300 voucher to pay for personal protective. I put all full-time, non-seasonal highway personnel will be given a $300 voucher to buy personal protective clothing in September of each year. Okay, just to clarify that, because I had a question on that. It wasn't clarified, so we make sure it's clarified. You get a wrong one, Kevin?
I did.
Oh, I'm sorry. There was 2 going around, and we did have to change
I
it.
got 2 nines.
Oh, did you? Oh, Lord. There you go, Kevin. Maybe I took
Well, you gotta go
yours.
back a page, Kevin, she flipped it over on you. There you go, the orange.
There.
Then, so that's that one. Any questions on that one? It's not a big deal, it's just being a clarification, so that way we're protected, just everything here is to protect us and our workers. So you'll see the yellow, and it's full-time and part-time employees that are covered under the town's short-term disability liability insurance policy. Generally, to be eligible, a full-time employee must first work at least 4 consecutive weeks, and a part-time employee must work 25 days. The insurer will ultimately determine the eligibility of each employee on a case-by-case basis. Elected officials are generally not eligible unless the town's current policy at the given time explicitly covers elected town officials. Ours does not. And the reason this came up is because our policy said no seasonal or part-time are covered under our short-term disability. But that was the town's policy. We got the policy and they do cover them, and we're paying it on them. So therefore, if we're paying it on them, I'm just thinking, Kevin McMahon, as a matter of fact, is going out for medical reasons, so he's signed up for it. Because we are paying it, so let's make them available. Dan, check the wording on this, so this is legal wording with New York State. Ultimately, when you read through it, the insurance company will have the final say, but they follow New York State law. So I just wanted to change the wording. Before we prohibited part-time and seasonal workers, now they're eligible, and we're already paying it, so let's keep them eligible.
That's good.
So I need a motion to accept these 2 changes.
I'll make a motion to accept the 2 changes to page 4 and page 9 of the personnel policy.
Second,
Second.
any other discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Right.
Opposed? Carried. So Brooke passed out, we passed this out.
Yeah.
I did something that we haven't done before. I'm doing you can call it the state of the town, or a recap of the board overview of the past year. And I'll read it out loud. This is what we accomplished last year and what happened during the last year. Board activities and accomplishments in 2025, appointments and personnel. The year began with appointments to all board and town positions, special attention working with Kyle Bean, newly appointed highway superintendent, to ensure a smooth transition into his role. And additionally, Barry Warren retired after serving 30 years on the town board. Our facilities infrastructure, I work with the town's building committee and John Cranes, our registered architect, to complete building drawings for the lower level, finalize plans for its renovation. After receiving bids and approving proposals, the project moved into its construction phase, aiming for completion by April 2026. The highway garage was evaluated and needed to be upgraded. A comprehensive renovation plan was developed, including bidding improvements such as new floor, insulation, heating, new overhead doors, lighting, electrical work, and roof repairs. The bids were approved, allowing the project to reach full completion. The town applied for an ACERTA energy grant and received $15,000 towards the highway garage renovations, which I don't have it on there, which we applied to the overhead doors. Equipment and procurement, highway equipment was evaluated. Some items were designated as surplus and reserved for auction, which we did auction off. The town was able to purchase a new roadside mowing tractor to improve mowing time. A new pickup truck was purchased for the highway superintendent. The department requested and approved bids for a new 10-wheel snowplow sander truck, which is scheduled to be delivered in the fall of 2026. We also bought a new insert sander for a pickup truck for emergency backup and ice events, which we're very fortunate we did because it's been very useful so far. Our financial management, 2 dedicated credit card programs are set up for the highway superintendent and the town supervisor to improve accountability. New methods for bill payments and board approval have been put into place. I, along with Fred Forbes, developed a 2026 town budget. Town board approved the 26 town budget, which included an 8% tax increase due mainly to the loss of sales tax revenue. The assessor started the town-wide property reassessment. I also worked with the county and other town supervisors and mayors to negotiate a sales tax agreement with the county, which was not successful, as we all know. The comprehensive plan, we worked with Toma Development, selected board and planning board members to secure a grant to update the comprehensive plan, which we did receive. And we're going to talk more about that later. So policy and law days, a revised fee schedule is now in place for building permits and associated activities. The board created a new law establishing time limitations on variances. We continuously update our personnel policies. A 6-month pause on solar and wind projects was introduced to allow for updates to local solar law regulations. We changed our town hall parking and no parking from December 1st to March 31st. Community engagement and intermunicipal cooperation. Town and village collaborated closely on various issues. Thanks to Mayor Clune, Dan and staff, Police Chief Pittman, and all the village departments. I shared personal and procurement policies with other town municipalities to offer support and assistance. Collaboration with 3 property owners and the village of Homer to the annexation of 3 properties on Wood Road, moving them from the village back into the town. Town board agreed to help the village fire department with a donation of $10,000 towards a new fire truck. Technology and communication. I started a monthly newsletter in the Homer News to keep town residents informed about local happenings. We received a lot of good positive feedback. The town of Homer has introduced a new website, making it easier for residents to find information and communicate with local officials. Solar projects and agreements. Negotiations took place with 2 solar projects for host agreements. I negotiated and the board agreed to a one-time payment of $200,000 from the Seaboard Solar Project in lieu of taxes. We're still working, and I didn't have that on there, we're still working with the AES project, so that's moving along. And I think Dan will address that in a little while too. So other incentives are, after 3 years of work, all billboards on Route 81 have been thoroughly reviewed. The board voted against the billboard project, recommending future consideration in the comprehensive plan to determine if it aligns with the town's long-term vision. Early this fall, Heather Hill, our town clerk, resigned. Brooke Poley had been appointed as town clerk, and the search for a new deputy clerk was underway. I put underway. Following interviews conducted by Brooke Poley, Fred Forbes, Sarah Head, Mike Park, Lindsay Van Huber was put forward as a recommendation to the town board. Lindsay assumed the role of deputy town clerk following the board's endorsement. Town historian Martin Sweeney recommended the procurement of carpenter paintings. The paintings were, which we purchased, and then the paintings were successfully preserved. Remember the preservation part? In summary, the town of Homer remains in strong financial shape despite a sales tax shortfall. Thanks to consistent long-term planning, the United Board focused on fiscal responsibility. The town will encounter multiple challenges in '26. We gotta finish the lower level. We're gonna have further loss of sales tax funds, which is gonna impact our budget. We have bridge replacement and repairs that we've gotta start looking at. We got town parking lot repairs, we got seasonal road policy, we got road and culvert repairs. And then I am very grateful to the town board, our staff, our bookkeeper, our clerks, our town lawyer, highway department, the village, mayor, town residents that supported me through this past year. So I just wanna say thank you to y'all for the support, and I think we have accomplished a tremendous amount in the last year. So that's my report.
Good job.
Very good.
Yeah.
You should receive and file. So we get a motion on that.
I make a motion to receive and file the 3 pages of what you just read.
The board overview.
The 2025 Town of Homer Board Overview.
Second. Those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? All right, so now I also did, now what did I put, the goals. Here they are. Did we test out the goals?
Yes.
You all have the goals for 2026. I gotta find those. Lost my goals. You got the goals there?
Want this, Mike?
Yeah, I lost my goals. All right, so I put together goals. I do that every year for the board. And for us to give us some direction, and there's 16 different goals that I come up with. So we're gonna assign areas of oversight to the board members, because I wanna get you guys more involved, that's what we talked about. So Caleb, I've asked Caleb to be the highway liaison, to work with Kyle, be a representative. Sarah, you work with our town clerks, you've done it last year, I'd like to have you continue doing that.
If you want me to.
Kevin, you've been our judicial liaison, I'd like to ask you to do that, and our compliance, and then help us on our contracts. Brandon's, like you to be our town hall building maintenance and helping us oversee the buildings and stuff. So that's what so we'll get more focused on that. So some of the other goals that I put on here, we gotta finish the lower level remodeling project. We got water control around the building and parking lot repairs we have to do. I wanna price out, finish painting the town hall soffits and the cupola. We gotta develop covers over the compressors once they're done. We need to develop a new entrance to the highway garage. Then after the downstairs is done, I wanna do an open house to showcase the highway garage and our lower level. So as soon as that is done, when the police department's ready to move in, we need to really celebrate that and have a big open house for the town and the village. We need to continue looking at intermunicipal partnerships. I think that's very important, even Mr. Fitz, Kevin said that, and we got a good working relationship. I got a great working relationship with a bunch of other towns now. We need to continue that. We need to finish our town seasonal road policy. Sarah and Caleb are working on that. One of the things that I want you to look at as we're doing that, right now we shut the seasonal roads down the 1st of December. I'd like us to look at what the feasibility of moving that back to November 1st. Because this year was because we have a lot of seasonal roads that we had snow on because we didn't stop maintenance on them till December 1st. Kyle was forced to plow them. And that's not a good use of resources or our trust. Some of these seasonal roads should not be plowed. But we had to because that's what the policy is. So I want to look at and see if we can't move it back a month, just to combat that, okay? I'm gonna talk about more of the comprehensive plan, but we're gonna have to form a committee to develop town's new comprehensive plan. We're gonna start working on bridge replacement and repair maintenance plans. We have to replace at least one bridge here in the village. We got another bridge in the village that's closed right now. We gotta come up with a plan for that. We got 3 other bridges that need some minor work. Albany Street Bridge needs some work. So we gotta start developing some plans for that. That'll be, I can't put any more mind space to something like that till we get the downstairs completed. Once that's completed, that's gonna be a hot project. We're gonna look at our long-term road product storage. We may need to add on for more storage because saw seems to be becoming in soft supply every year. So we may need more room to start storing saw and sand. So we're gonna take a look at that. We gotta develop a 5-year equipment replacement plan, which includes office, highway equipment, and any other equipment, TVs, that sort of thing. So it's all broad-based personnel needs in the next 5 years. As this town is growing and things are changing, the highway department may need more personnel, we may need more personnel in the office. We need to start strategizing that a little bit and looking at it. I wanna develop a new preventative maintenance plan for the town hall. This building is old and we've spent a lot of money on it, but we need to keep it up. We got roofs we gotta look at, we got soffits, we've got different things. And the biggest thing is, that's gonna be a big push, is finish the solar law. Because we got a moratorium on that. I know Mike is working on that and the county is still working on that, so I gotta see where they stand. But that's my goals. You guys are welcome to add, let me know what you want. But this is, so you got a list in front of you, and we're gonna work on, not gonna say we're gonna cure every one of these, but at least we got a plan to move forward. Okay? Lower level update. So the lower level, our remodeling downstairs is coming along very well. Sheetrock is being put up, plywood has been put up, fire rated plywood, it's all partitioned off downstairs. Most of the electrical wiring is done, it's been inspected. We got our furnaces in, a lot of the tin work, duct work has been run. I meet every day with the contractors, usually 7:30 to 8 o'clock in the morning, there's always a million questions. Then I meet with them later in the afternoon to answer more questions. I've been talking to our architect. Fortunately, I gotta be nice here, there's a lot of stuff that's been left out that we've had to make on the fly changes to make this system work. And so we're doing that. And it's coming along nicely. We're still on target now for April, 1st of April. So that's where we stand. With that, I've had to make there's more change orders, just like we did last month. I've already approved these change orders to move forward. It's in our budget. We're still well under we're within our contingency. So we've got, for Beard Electric, we got change orders amounting to $28,856. And a lot of that is due to conditions unknown. One of them is our main service coming into the building, where we weren't supposed to have to modify it, but it had to go down. And there was conduit put underground that he had to tie into. Well, when they did that, they buried it in 3 feet of concrete. It's an impossibility to get to the conduit. So he devised the plan and we agreed it. He's got to move the whole service coming in over so we can backfeed the generator and keep the buildings going. So that's part of this. Some of it is lights on the outside of the building here for parking, different switches that were overlooked, just stuff that we need to really tidy the project up downstairs. So that is for $28,856. The other one is for Diamond and Theo, that's the GC. We had to make some changes there. A lot of the downstairs, and this is where the architect and I kind of disagreed on, if you remember all that old wood around the perimeter of the building, he wanted to leave that. I wanted it gone. So it's gone because it was rotting, it looked horrible. We're gonna have nice straight walls like we did up here. That stuff was just totally rotted. It wasn't insulated behind there. So we had to tear it off, insulate the walls. We got one shot at this, and that's what I kept saying. We got one shot at this for the next 50 years. We don't insulate now. I thought we were shooting ourselves in the foot. So we got Diamond and Theo change orders of $19,198. That's for insulation, for doing some furring on the exterior walls and stuff that really had to be done. That was not accounted for in our original bid. So I just want to receive and file these because I need to just keep you guys abreast of where we are, still within our contingency. If we start closing in, I think we're gonna be pretty good on our contingency, but I keep pretty good track of it. Looks like we're closing in on that, I'll be talking to you if we have to up it a little bit. So I need a motion to receive and file these change orders. If somebody would like to make that.
I'll make a motion to receive and file the change orders from Beard Electric and Diamond and Theo, for the amount of
$856 for Beard Electric.
$856 and $19,198 for Diamond and Theo.
Yes. Second on that.
I'll second that.
Okay, those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay. The state requires that we do that because then, and it's a good idea. I want you guys to know what's going on. This is the money that we're spending, it's the town's money, we're spending it, but we're within our contingency, within the project. Okay. The court audit, which you know, Kevin and Caleb have both agreed that they would do it. Here's a letter, Kevin, and there's another one coming. When I get that, I'll get that forwarded to you. So you two guys will coordinate and get that done.
Good job.
Please.
This month?
So we,
This month?
It's up to you.
sooner the better probably. The
Yep.
comprehensive grant, we did receive the comprehensive grant. Unfortunately, I had to read about it too.
Really?
Yes, I didn't even get notified. The radio station had it before anybody had it. I called them up and said, where did you get this information? I didn't even got notified. They said, well, it's on the governor's website. So they gave me, so I looked it up, sure enough, we got the official grant. We received a grant of $99,000.
Wow.
Right, the town has to, our part of the grant is 11,000 that we have to chip in, so it's a total of 110,000 grant. We cannot do anything yet because I've gotta wait till we get the official letter. And I even called our TOMA, our consultant at the time, and said, how come I had to read about this? You didn't even tell me. So I didn't even know about it. So they put it out and nobody knew about it, so I have not received the official paperwork.
Usually they make a big deal of it.
What's that?
Usually they make a big deal of it, like to make an announcement when they give stuff out.
So once we get the official paperwork, there's a process that we're gonna have to go through. I know we gotta hire a consultant, so we'll have to write an RFI to get a consultant to come in to work with us, and then we gotta figure out on a board level who's gonna be on it. It should be some board members, planning board members, and some members at large. So until we get that paperwork, we're not even gonna try. I gotta see what all the paperwork says, so we comply and do it the correct way. So that will be coming up. I don't know when we're gonna get the letter. Rich Cunningham that's been working with us, he said it might take a month or two before we get a letter. Does that sound right, Dan?
Yeah, and then you have to wait for contract, grant agreement with the state, and those take quite a while with DOS.
Okay, so it's gonna be a little while. So that's where we're there. Dan, you're up.
Sure, I just wanted to touch base quickly on a solar project. So, as Mike mentioned, between the IDA and the attorney that the town retained out of Rochester, they're all working together to negotiate the host community agreement pilots together. And as part of that, it came up in discussion that possibly the county might be looking to also hire the same attorney to help them negotiate an HCA for them as well. I met with Fran Casulo, who represents Cortlandville, and also the attorney for Solon, and Matt Eldred, our attorney out of Rochester. He didn't seem to think that there was a conflict of interest, largely because we have already settled on the percentages of the pilot that will go to each community, with the 3 towns splitting 50% of the pilot. So with the county looking for an HCA as well, that would not impact our host community agreement. So I anticipate that the attorney from Rochester will be looking for the town to sign off on a conflict of interest informed consent. So if the board is okay with that, I just figured we'd get that ball rolling at this point, so we don't have to wait to have Mike sign it. So that would be the first thing I would ask the board to do, if you're comfortable with that, would be to authorize the supervisor to execute a conflict of interest waiver on that representation.
Any questions on that? Yes. So somebody make that motion.
Make a motion to authorize Supervisor Park to sign a conflict of interest waiver for the, I don't remember the name of the attorney,
Matthew Eldred, Carter Seacrest and Emery.
what you said.
Yep.
I'll second that.
Any other discussion on that? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Hey,
Carried.
The only other thing, Mike, I didn't know if you wanted to bring up that, AES is going to the Office of Renewable Energy Siting to request a limited notice to proceed. So you may see some tree felling, probably in February.
We'll start in March.
March? Okay. Yeah, so that'll be going up.
They reached out they reached out to me and Chloe Pruitt is who I've been talking with and we've been dealing with, and then they kind of went dark for 6 months. Then all of a sudden she calls me and says, we want to start cutting trees, we want to do this, and we want to do this, are you okay with this and with the other towns? And so I shut her right down. I said, no. I said, you need to call our lawyer, Matt Aldridge. And so we hired a lawyer to handle all this. You're not gonna do a end around going to the town. You need to go to, gave her the phone number, and she knew this. So then she therefore went to Matt. I talked to Greg Leach, Supervisor Cortlandville, and told him what was going on. They had reached out to him, and he totally agreed. Yeah, we're all, the 3 towns are united. Deal with our lawyer. That's why we hired this lawyer. Matt did come back and say that would not impact the towns because they want to start cutting trees. I want to make sure there wasn't a liability for the town. He did say there's no liability to the towns. It'll be up to the the landowners because it's just a lease agreement. They will not be running heavy equipment. But the biggest thing that I wanted to make sure was there was still no decommissioning plan. I want to make sure it didn't affect that. So Matt assured me it will not affect that they're still writing that, and that will be taken care of before anything else goes forward. So also, so you know, part of the billing process is there was I think it was 25,000 left over.
Yep. Yeah, so there's 25 grand, give or take. Actually, it might be 19. I have to check my notes. There's 19 or 25,000 left in the NYSERDA funds from however many years ago.
5 or 6 years ago when it started.
Yeah, so we do have that pot of funding to access to pay for representation. So that's being utilized, and then it's going to exceed that amount that we have. So the attorney has been negotiating with the attorneys for AES, who are out of Albany, and they've agreed to kick in an additional, I want to say 25,000 to get us up to 50,000. So that's still pending, but that's where we're going on that.
Now, if you remember, we did open an escrow account. We were going to manage it for the 3 towns, but the way it's going to work now is, and the 3 towns are agreeable on this. Homer is 40%, Cortlandville is 47.
47, yeah.
And then Solon is the other 13%. So whatever the bill is, Town of Homer pays 40, Cortlandville pays the 47, Solon. So he's billing each town individually. We paid our consultant, we paid Matt, we wrote him a check, sent it to him. He'll put that in, then the fund will reimburse us. So it's gonna be in and out. So we set up the books. It's not gonna affect our budget because it's just out and then back in. It's the cleanest way of doing it. What the other towns are doing, I'm not saying they're gonna do it the same way, but that was the cleanest for the town of Homer to handle it that way. So that's what's happening, which you signed off on tonight. But it's money out and money coming right back in. So net zero for our budget. That's what I was concerned with, okay? We're just upfronting it so that gets paid and then it comes right back to us. Anything else, Dan?
No, that's all I had.
Anything else from a board member? I need an executive session, but anything else you wanna talk about?